So I'm just going to go through the techniques I went through. I don't know. You'll take. Basically,
Control.
oh right, you don't have the two button thing. Right. So the first thing I did was like, okay, let me just treat do bitmap manipulation and try to set each pixel. And the performance was not there, so I discarded that. I tried, that would be the ideal way, because in other engines I could probably do that. I could probably do that in Java. But what's this one? Right, so I then figured out how to do a technique that if I had a 3D API like OpenGL, where I could use triangles, and this is kind of the approach we're using right now. So I just basically shoehorned the technique from another, I guess, class of technology, 3D graphics, and figured out how to draw triangles and texture map them and then manipulate the texture coordinates. This is an earlier version of the game. You can kind of see the problem is Flash, even when I do the triangle stuff, I'm only really able to get like a 20 by 20 grid. So you start seeing artifacts, you can see the grid. Well, actually, this thing is not that really well. But you can do a lot of hacks by, you can do fake shading if you have a texture that's a gradient. So, and then, but the same technique, this is just to swap textures. If you're using a gradient, it looks like shading. If you use something that has more texture to it, it looks like a refraction. So we wanted to do a swirl, and one of the problems was how do I deal with the fact that with the solid color, it looks like it's a surface, and then with the swirl, it looks like it's a clear liquid, or it looks like a opaque liquid when it's one color and translucent when it's another. So that was a problem. And then I was doing all this custom stuff, and because it's my first time using Flash, I didn't know what it had built in, and I saw it has displacement maps and stuff like that. So I tried some of those techniques. There's only one more demo after this, it's going to take a while. And the problem is my grid's 20 by 20 and the image is 500 by 500. And the way the displacement map works is it's a pixel by pixel thing. So the displacement map would get a 20 by 20 grid, you'd only manipulate 20 pixels. So I tried making it blowing up each pixel, basically scaling the displacement map. The problem is you get the discontinuities. You can see the grid there. It's not doing a linear interpolation. So that didn't really work. And here comes. And the way we eventually did it was, we did the same, the technique is in the game is vertex texture coordinate manipulation with a special kind of gradient where one axis is the shading and another axis is color. So you can use use the U coordinate to do like the shape of the wave, and use the V coordinate to do the actual color of the vertex, and you get actually a smooth transition between colors and shading. I wasn't supposed to say that. But as I learned more, I found that the water simulation is really actually a very simple technique. It's literally an averaging of neighboring pixels and then a subtraction. So what you can do, and I just did this from 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. this morning, so it's not done, is there's a better way in Flash to do it you can actually get away with doing per pixel stuff. I just not done. It's got a lot of problems. Please bear with me on this one. It's just use their imagination at maybe in a week. So I can do, using flashes, now that I know more about flashes, filters. You can basically use flashes filters, bitmap filters, and paletting to approximate shaders, right? If you have a simple enough shader, which this is. So eventually I'm going to use this technique when I get it to work, where it can propagate all the way across. And this is 256 by 256. We can then do all the other stuff that you have in Flash with color manipulation and all that. It makes it much more flexible. And that's it.
Cool, thank you. Any questions? It's a casual, a casual gun. Downloadable market is tends to be more women than men, 30 plus. But we're also trying to get sort of a tween market, sort of in some ways moms and their daughters. People who really liked the movie and want to share that with their kids is what we're trying to get to.
Where was your voiceover work done? Was it in-house or was it sent out? Because The Princess Bride has such unique characters, at least
Marlena Francisco is the producer. Would you like to answer that?
We use sound alikes for voices, and we're going out to we're trying to get Amigo,
Manny Patinkin, yeah.
Thank you. And obviously Andre the Giant, so.
No, not him.
And also Peter Falk, so. The distinctive voices we're hoping to have in the game.
Yeah, that's obviously a huge part of the movie, and just getting Inconceivable right is like, it's really cool. Questions?
Before everyone grabs their coats and leaves, I just want to quickly thank all of the volunteers tonight. Oren Ross was the producer of the event and did a fantastic job. So thank you, Oren. And then in the back, helping you guys check in, we had Jeff and Edgar and Oscar and David, thank you. So yeah, thank them on your way out. Thanks everyone for coming, and hope to see you at El Cantinero.